Hello, Wilhelm.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
We're going to talk about harmonization
Yes.
and also about changing up the rhythmic structure of a song. Yeah.
Ooh.
And since I know that you enjoy reharmonizing things so well and rearrange things in such great ways, let's just play with Happy Birthday, for example.
Okay.
Will you please play me Happy Birthday in the most traditional way?
Okay.
Tell us about the progression.
Okay, so the progression of this tune, this is the 1 chord. It goes to the 5 chord, stays in the 5 chord, back to the 1 chord, to the 4 chord. This is a sus chord, or in classical it would be called a 6/4 chord, but that's irrelevant. It's a sus chord, an F over a C to a C7 to an F. How many chords can go with this melody? Melody can be what of the chord? It can be the 3rd, it can be the 2nd, it can be the 9th, the major 7th. So if I go, take that chord, that note, the 5th, the C, which is the 5th of F. That could be any of those chords. And also, we forget that, okay, I'm in the key of F, but what if I go out of the key for a second? That could also be, the C could be a major 7th of D flat. It could be the sharp 11 of G flat.
You're going to reharmonize that. Tell us what you want to do.
Well, we're going to do it in Mixolydian mode, which happens to be the mode where the blues comes from. And so, and we're in F here, so instead of the melody going, we're going to use the same exact scale degrees, but since in Mixolydian the 7 is not major, it's minor, so the melody would go, that's how it would sound. So that's how it changes. So in other words, I'm not changing the melody. If it was on paper, the only thing that would change would probably be the accidentals that would be in your key signature. So the melody would sound, and I'm going to blues it up a little bit because it's kind of like the blues, so it would go. So the next mode we're going to look at is a mode that's not often used. It's Phrygian, which F Phrygian would use all the same pitch material as the key of D flat. So it would be like taking a D flat scale and starting it from here. So a lot of times what's most important in music is your 5 chord, but your 5 chord here is not a very strong sounding 5 chord. It's a little bit, so we just center it so you feel Phrygian. So we're going to take all the same notes as Happy Birthday, but it'd be like it was written out when someone changed the key signature, so it was like the key signature of D flat, but it's actually F Phrygian, so it would sound like.
William, stay in the original key.
Okay.
And in the major mode, and go vastly different with the way it feels. Change up the rhythm.
Okay. Can I change the harmony as well?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to do a little thing where I'm going to try to add in some odd number of beats. Yeah. And also my exercise is I've given myself is to move the harmony, continually moving up. To
how the professionals
We also
do it.
have harmonic minor, which we haven't explored yet, which is that's F harmonic minor. This is great to play for someone who's older and is not so happy about their birthday. So this could sound like. Now we get our major 7 scale degree, which is the 3rd of the 5 chord. Now I did use a flat 6 when I came down to the 4 chord. Technically I could have used. But that's harmonic minor, which is great to do with a Latin feel.
Thank you, William.